And Rick Carlisle couldn't get the answer to solve that, and part of the problem for them is the issue for Ty Haliburton. What do we know about that?
He's not 100%. It's pretty clear. But I don't think he's going to miss the next game. And, we were concerned at halftime, and he insisted on playing. And I thought he made a lot of really good things happen in the second half. But he's not 100%, and there's a lot of guys in this series that aren't. So
pretty obvious that Tyrese Haliburton is not 100%. Stephen A. Smith.
Very obvious.
Stephen A. Smith alongside, always 100%. Right. The young man, I want to get to Ty in a minute. The young man that was just sitting where you're sitting.
Spectacular.
I mean, he's 24. You and I have been around sports for a long time.
Yeah.
What really impresses me most about him in particular, he's just all business. And I asked him, like, it's the finals. He's like, well, maybe some point, when I look back on it. I just am amazed at how these guys comport themselves. It's just a very mature group, is it not?
He's trying to win, and I think the loss to Dallas in the postseason last year helped them immensely because they were number 1 seed last year, and then they ran into Kyrie and Luka and them in Dallas, and losing that series in 6 games, knowing that had he played better, they could potentially have beaten Dallas, but that didn't happen. I thought that having to live with that all off season long, coming into the season with expectations, and then watching Shai Gilgeous-Alexander once again return, averaging 30-plus again, and answering the call and ultimately capturing the league MVP honors instead of finishing with runner-up. You come into this postseason, it's all about him. Nobody doubts the skill set of Jalen Williams. He's the total package, has great size on him. One of only 2 players in the NBA who made an all-NBA team and an all-defensive team. Him and Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers over the last 3 games, 26, 27, and tonight a career postseason high of 40. Just put on an absolute show. And then think about what Daigneault did. He basically put the ball in his hands as a point forward to take some of the pressure off of Shai because they were pressuring Shai, and Shai looked a bit exhausted and fatigued in Game 3. Right. So now you put the ball in Jalen Williams' hands, but you're usually doing that to take some pressure off of SGA, except in this case, he's saying, wait a minute, I can handle these brothers. I can be the number 1 option, and that's how he played tonight, and that's why they won this game.
I asked, and he gave his teammates credit, which again is him just being mature. Yeah. They can't, Stephen A., they cannot stop him going to the bucket.
They can't.
If he puts his head down, he's physically too big and strong. Right. Indiana has no answer.
With the ball handling skills.
Correct.
With the pull-up jumper, with the mid-range. His struggle coming into this game was from 3-point range.
Right.
21% from 3-point range. Everything else, get to the basket, finishing at the basket, hitting his free throws, etc. He was doing all of those other things. He just couldn't find his 3-point shot.
Right.
That obviously wasn't the case tonight. He did what he wanted, when he wanted, how he wanted, and he was obviously helped by SGA, helped by Wiggins and Wallace coming off the bench in the first half, giving them a spark plug as well. Chet Holmgren playing elite defense, give him a lot of credit, but they were also helped by Haliburton.
But he's a dump truck going downhill with a ball in his hands. There's no stopping him. And particularly from the Indiana perspective, I don't know what the answer is if they don't have a Haliburton who's healthy, and clearly we just heard his coach say it, and we saw it from the jump, like that something's wrong, and he has no burst and no ability to be on the floor.
Something is wrong, definitely. You have to say that because there's no excuse for him not having a single field goal for the entire game. About 7 minutes left in the game, he had 2 points and about 4 assists or whatever. It was a horrific performance, but again, he's probably injured. He's probably hurt. He clearly is not 100% because we know that Haliburton can do more than he's done. Having said that, Rick Carlisle, an exceptional championship Hall of Fame caliber coach, we know that he could have made a different decision because the way T.J. McConnell was playing in the third quarter, he kept them in this game. Guess what? With Haliburton hurt, I'm leaving T.J. McConnell in the game. He wasn't just in there being aggressive, being assertive, playing downhill, but he was making shots, and I'm not taking him out of that game.
18 points.
The way that he looked combined with the way Haliburton looked, I'm going to roll the dice knowing I got a Game 6. Okay, let me not put you out there. Let me make sure I don't tax your body as much. I'm going to put Haliburton on the bench and say, you don't have it tonight. You got Game 6 back in Indy. If necessary, if we could push that to a Game 7, we don't need to have you out there tonight. I would have left T.J. McConnell in that game.
I entirely agree. That's not the way they went, but now they've got Game 6 at home, and now they have to have it. Stephen A., we will see you there.
Yes, you will.
Appreciate the
I'm on fire. It's Indiana,